Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kathy Reuter, and I am super fired up and pumped to talk to you guys all about becoming an online health and fitness influencer. I'm going to answer all your questions that you've had. I'm going to be a completely open book because that's how I am. So there will be no candy coating anything. I will get right to the point and tell you all about this. Anytime during this call, first of all, it's going to be really laid back. It's not going to be super formal. It's going to be like me and you sitting here at my kitchen table talking all about this. And at any point in time, if you guys have questions that come up, just comment on this live video and I'll answer them as I go. I'm also going to be bringing in my husband for a little bit of it because I know he can speak to a big portion of this. So welcome to the group. Pumped for you guys to be here. My name's Kathy, and first and foremost, I am a mom and I'm a wife, and I have 3 kids. So I got Landon, who's 7 years old. I have Kirsten, who is 5 years old, almost 6. And then I just had baby number 3 9 weeks ago. Now, before becoming a coach and an online health and fitness influencer, I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years. I taught first and second grade, had my master's degree in special education. But before I had kids, my husband and I always discussed that once we did have kids, I wanted to be home with them. So I kind of already had it in the back of my mind anyways, that once I had my first child, I am not going to teach and I'm going to be home with the babies. And that's kind of really all I ever saw myself doing for like the rest of my life. So along comes Landon. This was about 7 years ago now. And I stopped teaching, handed in my paperwork, just resigned from my teaching career, which was actually a lot of money to give up at the time. It was like $70,000 a year. So that was a big hit to us. And my husband and I, we were totally okay with it because we had already discussed and said that we were going to just make, sacrifices and do whatever we could to make ends meet so that way I could keep staying home with the kids. So I was pretty much tutoring most nights during the week. My husband was working his full-time job, plus he was running like 4 other businesses on the side. We were literally doing everything that we could to make ends meet. Now, time's going by, and I kind of like to keep my head in the sand about things. My husband is all about the finances and the numbers, and he'd be making comments to me like this as I was staying home. Kathy, like, we're running out of money. We don't have any money. You're going to have to go back to work. You're going to have to go back to work. And I'm just like, head in the sand, la, 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 everything's going to be fine. So next thing you know, my daughter is born. Now, they're 18 months apart. Landon and Kirsten are 18 months apart. Now, by the time she was born, okay, we were totally, totally screwed at this point. And nobody really knew how bad things really were for us financially because now we had been living off of this one income for like 2 full years at this point. And I was in Massachusetts at the time, like in my foyer. I had Kirsten. She was 4 months old. She was all swaddled up in her little like fleece sack, the cream colored one. Nick came home from work and he was like, Kathy, you're going to have to go back to teaching. And I just remember that. And he was like serious. It was like, you have to go back. Like there's no way out of this. He was like, at the time, and it was like so mortifying to see where we got. We had completely depleted our entire savings account because we were living off of one income. We had racked up $35,000 of credit card debt, and we were sinking by $1,000 every single month. And we were doing everything we could. So it wasn't like we were just sitting around like twiddling our thumbs and we just couldn't make it happen. And he was like, you have to go back to work. And it was like, you just like took a knife and went like, ripped out my heart. Totally just major lump in my throat, just felt sick, total sick to my stomach because now I'm like, no, like I can't go back. I don't want to go back. Like I don't want to go back and teach 24 other kids that aren't mine and put my kids in daycare and miss out on all these moments. Like this is not how I saw my life going. And there's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong answer whether you want to stay home or not. You have to go with what you feel is right inside of you and what you want. And that is what I want, was to be at home. So at that moment, it's funny, guys, because I swear things come into your life at just the right time for a reason, for a purpose. And it was that weekend that somebody told me about this opportunity. Now, when I heard about it, guys, I'm going to be honest, like, I am the type of person where, like, you tell me this is all about like being a part of a team and everyone supports each other and we encourage each other, and you can actually get your your pre-baby body back, and you can actually earn income, and that sounds so much fun to me. And I loved community, plus I was a stay-at-home mom, and one of the things that I really missed about stopping my teaching career was not the teaching. I did miss the kids. It was the relationships that I had with the adults there, because once I became a stay-at-home mom, it was like me and the little kids with spit up and yogurt all over the place in like just a sloppy mess all day long. So I really loved the idea of now being a part of something where I could communicate with actually adults like on a regular basis and kind of have like my own thing and earn an income. So I was like, yes, this is so awesome. Like, I think I should totally do this. But then in the back of my mind, I still had all these little things that were floating through my mind. Here were some of the things, and you might be thinking some of them right now as well. I just remember sitting there talking to my coach and my mentor, whatever you want to, coach, mentor. And I just remember her telling me about this. And the first thing I thought was like, how am I supposed to be a health and fitness influencer when I don't even look like a health and fitness anything? Because at the time, Kirsten was 4 months old. I had 35 pounds I needed to lose. So I didn't look like a health and fitness influencer at all. I also was like, okay, how am I supposed to sign up? I legit have no money in my savings account right now at all. So I had no money. I didn't look like a health and fitness expert, really didn't know anything about it. Yes, I lived my life being involved in sports and running track and field and playing basketball and going to the gym and running the Boston Marathon and things like that, but I wasn't like an expert by any means. I also was wondering, okay, how am I going to fit this into my day? Because I have a 4-month-old and a 22-month-old at home. I am literally up nursing my daughter all night long. Then I'm up to start the day because of my 22-month-old at 5:45. How am I supposed to fit this in? And on top of it all, it was going to be built on social media, which honestly, guys, if you've been following me for a while, you might look at my following on Instagram. You might see how many friends I have on Facebook. But when I first started, I had 300 friends on Facebook, guys. I barely even used Facebook, and I didn't even have an Instagram account at the time. This was over 5 years ago. So I didn't have any of that. So all these things are going through my mind. And then to top it all off, my husband was a big skeptic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through a couple of these things, and I'm going to bring my husband in here to talk about that whole skeptic piece and touch on that a little bit. So first and foremost, with the no money thing, right? I didn't have any money. Here's the deal. If you really want to change your life and you're looking to build a business, because when you decide to do this with us, this is not a job. This is your own business. You have to be willing to invest in your business. And the cost was super low. And one of the things that really helped my super skeptic husband out was knowing that if I decided to do this, which obviously I did because here I am, then if it didn't work out, I could just get my money back. So there would be nothing to lose. I also really liked the fact of knowing that I was going to be in an online fit club where I was going to be surrounded by other moms and other women who were looking to get healthy and fit again and just feel good about themselves and feel good in their own skin. And I love that this whole business revolved around that. The whole business revolves around you working on your own health and fitness while you help inspire and motivate other women to get started on their journey as well. And then you do it together. So I really, really loved that. So I loved knowing that, kind of kill two birds with one stone here. I'm going to get back to what I was before having a baby. I'm going to earn some extra money, which, by the way, I only wanted to earn a couple $100s a month, guys. That was it. I did not come into this with huge goals at all. It was, let's just earn a couple $100s a month here so I could keep myself afloat and be home with the kids. We'd still be in debt, but I would at least be home with the kids. the no time thing that I said I had no time, a lot of people will say, because I talk to women every day, and a lot of people will say that they don't have time. And I do understand why you say that, because I said the same exact thing too. But what I found was that I was literally spending every single night on the couch watching Netflix, hours upon hours when the kids would go to bed. So you have to be willing to make some kind of a temporary sacrifice if you want to see some change in your life. So for me, that was where I carved out time to build this business. I didn't do it during the day when I was home with the kids, because I was home with a 4-month-old and a 22-month-old. So I was able to get my workout in for 30 minutes during the day. I could do that, but my work happened at nighttime. The kids would go to bed at night, and I would make myself a huge coffee or my Mama Fuel, and I would sip it, and I'd sit at my counter in Massachusetts at the time, and I would work, and I would talk to people. Okay? The next thing that I was also, and my husband said this about the social media piece too, I was all worried about like social media, because we've all seen, all right, and have been around those super salesy, sleazy, just, you know, so annoying. You want to block and delete these people. So I was under the impression that that's how I was going to have to be if I wanted this to work. And what my husband and I both learned, and what we teach everybody on this team, is how to share authentically your story and your journey. We teach you how to share that. We don't twist people's arms to be a part of this with us. We don't spam you. We don't add you to groups without permission. None of that. We simply share what is working for us, the things that we love, and then if you love it and you want to decide to do it, awesome. If not, okay, maybe it's not for you right now. Maybe you'll join us in a couple of months. But if you were smart, you do it right now. So that's how we operate, and that is why our team is one of the top teams in the entire network, is because that is what we teach our people to do. Okay? And I have countless messages from people, probably some of you who are in this group right now listening, who are like, thank you so much for not jumping down my throat with this stuff and meeting me at my level and really understanding. I can't tell you how many people are not like that, okay? So there's that piece. We share. Just like when you go to a restaurant, if you try a new restaurant for the first time and you have an awesome meal, you come home, I mean, that's what I do, and I tell people, hey, oh my God, Dad, I just went to this awesome Italian restaurant. It was amazing. I tried the eggplant parm. You got to go there. You got to have it, right? Can you tell I'm hungry right now? That's my favorite meal. You share, just like with this. And the beauty of this entire business, guys, what I love most about it, okay, is that the whole thing revolves around living a healthy, purposeful, fulfilled life. I'm talking, it's you working on your own health and fitness. I have so many moms, especially new moms who have just recently joined me. It's you working on your own health and fitness by doing a workout from home with all of us on your own time, following a simple portion control meal plan that literally lets you eat all the food groups so you're not depriving yourself like Atkins or South Beach or keto or any of this other stuff that are all fad diets, right? You work with a coach and you're in our online support group, our online fit club with tons of motivation and encouragement. It's real people getting real results to keep themselves healthy the right way. No tea, no pills, no patches, no wraps, none of that junk that we know doesn't work, that we know doesn't last, right? Just real people who want to do it the right way. And by you working on your health and fitness journey and constantly improving, even though it's never going to be perfect, right? It never is, right? Life happens. You are inspiring and motivating other people. The whole piece, social media, it's okay that you're not on it. We have a training for that. I teach you exactly how to share on social media. I teach you exactly how to expand and get new followers and more followers on Instagram, all about hashtags, all of that, so that you are connecting and meeting new people from literally all over the world that are just like you, going through exactly the same thing that you're going through right now. Like me, I am connecting with so many moms, guys, that have two-month-old babies at home. And it's been awesome. And it's been so much fun. So let's go back to my skeptic husband. Should I go to my skeptic husband right now? Okay. So here I'm gonna hand him over here for a second. This is Keegan, guys, by the way. This is my little babe. He's such a good baby. My little miracle man. We waited a whole.
I'm just walking around to hear what Kathy says about me.
We waited a whole 2 years for this guy. 1 whole year of miscarriages. Finally, he's here. He's our little blessing.
Also, I need a haircut.
He needs a major haircut. So stand up so nobody can see your head.
Yeah.
Just your mouth.
Hello.
Actually, just put a bag over your head. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
But before he says anything, I just want to say this to you really quickly too. It might not be really quick. It might be like 1 minute. Like I said, I didn't have big goals when I came into this business, but one thing that my mentor told me was that this business is so simple. So simple, right? The only thing that you have to do is commit to just showing up a little bit every day over time. Every day, every week, every month, over time. That's it. Okay? So there's nothing crazy here that you need to do. You don't need to sit down and work for like 10 hours a day. We teach you how to plug this in no matter how busy you are, guys. Believe it or not, the most successful people who have come into this business have been the most busiest ones. And it's because they've decided to make changing their life a priority. So they've made sure to fit in 20 to 30 minutes a day to work out. They've made sure to carve out an hour a day or more if they want, even if it's broken up, to build their business. They've made it a priority. And because they've done that and they've made it a priority, they've seen incredible changes in their life. So I always kept that in the back of my mind of what my mentor said about remember why you're here. And it was like, Kathy, if you don't make this work and prove to your husband, he told me you have 2 months. He told me that you have 2 months to prove to me that this is a real thing, that you can earn some money or you have to go back to work. And for me, it was like do or die, baby. There is no plan B. I am not going back. I am very competitive. I like to prove people wrong. So it was game on for me. My first month, I think I earned like $1,400 or something like that, right? It was like something like that. And it was because it was me sharing my story, helping other women get started on theirs too. That was it. Right? I wasn't doing anything crazy. But I continued to show up even when I didn't feel like it, when I was tired. I just remembered what my mentor said. Just keep showing up little by little every day. Commit to yourself. And when I didn't, I remembered why I was doing this. It was like, you're doing this for your kids, okay? If you don't show up tonight, okay, you are going back to work. You're going back to work. And I did it day after day. And what I found was I became addicted to this. Straight up legit addicted to this. I was like, this is awesome. You know, like nothing made me more excited, guys, than like after being at home all day long with the little kids and so worn out from that. And just like, I loved sitting down at my computer every single night and connecting with adults, like with real people. So much so that I didn't even want to go to bed at night. That's how much energy and excitement and enthusiasm I had for this business, because I loved it that much. And I loved everything that it revolved around. I was seeing changes in myself from doing the 21-day program I was doing. It got me actually into the best shape of my life, which I was mind blown about. I was like, wait a minute, I just had 2 kids and a C-section. How am I going to be in better shape now? That's not even possible. I was in literally better shape after having the 2 kids than I was before I had the kids. And I just continued to share that. And people were watching my journey, just like you're probably watching my journey now, which is, I got to get to that too. Oh my God, there's so much here to my story, you know? And people were like, oh my God, this is a real mom. Like, this is a real person. She's got 2 kids at home. She's getting this workout in every day. And she's like, has so much energy and she looks amazing. If she can do it, I can do it too. And like, that's how I was inspiring other moms to get started too, right? I wasn't focusing on the money, guys. This is the whole thing about this business. If you come into this and just strictly focus on the money, it's going to turn around and bite you in the butt. You have to focus on helping the people, building real relationships. Like, how can I help this person with everyone that you come in contact with, and not getting bent out of shape if people aren't ready to do it with you. It's like, I'm here to help people.
So,
join me or not.
Like, it's funny because Kathy's talking about this, and I'm thinking, Mac, you can tell she's super excited.
Super.
I'm trying to get my head actually in here. Oh, here's a camera.
We don't want to see
you. When Kathy wanted to sign up, right, I was like, the thing is that I didn't understand was how the business really worked. There was a couple things that happened that really turned me around on it. And I'm not the kind of husband that would tell Kathy you can or can't do something. I mean, we're both our own people. Like, of course she can try something. But a I've got the burp cloth on me and everything, so this is real life.
This is real life, guys.
We got the baby. And so there was a couple things that really made the big difference for me. The first thing is when she signed up, so Kathy and I had done P90X like years before that. So I already had a strong belief in the programs. Kathy and I did P90X like 6 years before she signed up to run in this business. And if only we'd known then what we know now, I wish we could have signed up even earlier, right?
But, yeah, but honestly, I don't think you know, people say that all the time.
You do when the time is right for you.
Yeah, you got to do it when the time is right for you. And I had a strong purpose for why I had to hit the ground running with this when I started, which was my kids and being home with them. Back then, I wasn't doing anything. I probably would have just blown it off.
So Kathy and I got into incredible shape doing P90X way back before we ever had kids in 2009. So I had a good belief in the programs, but I still didn't understand the business model at all. So when Kathy told me she was interested in doing this, I thought it was going to be a total waste of her time, right? It's not that I didn't want her to try something. I just thought she was going to waste her time. And in retrospect now, if I had convinced her not to do this, it would have been the biggest mistake of our lives. And she'll tell you more later about like how we're up in Massachusetts now to take care of her father for a couple months. And the fact that we were able to pay off our debt and the fact that she's been able to be home with our kids. I mean, they're now in 2nd and 1st grade, but there's not one moment that she missed when they were growing up. And you can't replace that, right? But the things that really convinced me there was a couple things. One was when she started doing the business, she started signing people up and they were doing the health and fitness group with her. And I saw in the group firsthand the feedback that people were giving her, right? Like I kind of had this whole thought it was going to be like a scam and a scheme and you're signing people up and people aren't really getting results, but people really change their lives with this business. These are people who can work out from home in a short amount of time. You get accountability from a coach and you get results that really impact your life, your quality of life. I mean, especially with us as young kids, like you can be a better parent when you take care of your own self, right? And it's amazing to see people reach goals that they didn't think they could reach. They didn't believe in themselves. And when you see people get that, she would get messages, still gets messages all the time from people saying how thankful they are for what she's done. And that is honestly one of the most amazing parts of this business. If you are excited about what you're doing and you help people reach their goals and you really you lead from the heart and really lead with helping people get to where they want to get to, then you can build a successful business. Because when you focus on the money, guys, it doesn't really work. You have to focus on what you're giving people, right? And there's a quote from somebody, I can't remember, but it basically says, if you want to help yourself, start by helping other people, right?
Right.
And that has to be legitimate. Like
if you help, I know I'm loving all these parts. Whoever's doing it.
So there was that, right? But then, I'm a super skeptical. Like, it doesn't matter what we buy. It could be a spatula, and like I'll spend like an hour researching it, which I know is a huge waste of time.
It's so annoying.
But I'll be like, I can save $3 of buying this at Target with this special coupon, and I'll take like 30 minutes to save $3. So
I'm like, stop being so cheap. Just get the get the one on Amazon for $20.
So anyway, my point is that it took me a while to understand how you actually get paid, and it can be a little bit complex. Not complex, but there's basically 2 ways you get paid. One is on commissions, and the other way is through building a team and what's called cycle bonuses, which is basically like it's a reflection of how good you're building a team that's producing, getting people results, basically, right? And so I didn't understand how all that worked. So once Kathy signed up, she built up her business and got into a certain rank where she got accepted into like a leaders page. And when I was in there, that was when I saw people who were doing big things with this business, earning 6-figure incomes, some of them close to 6 figures a month in the business, right? Which is crazy. And when I saw that, they were very open and honest with how they did it. They would share numbers. They would share exactly what they did. They would share what their businesses looked like. They would share what they did every day. And once I understood that, I was like, oh, okay, like if you do these things and you treat this business in a certain way, you can end up getting certain results, right? So we started tracking the business, and Kathy said this earlier, but you treat it like a business, and then it starts rewarding you that way, right? And another big thing is that, like Kathy said before, like you get a lot of bad taste in your mouth from people that kind of jump down your throat with things. She gets messages all the time like, hey, do you want to, it's like a copy and paste thing, right? You'll never see Kathy send a copy and paste message to anybody. It's always like, let's connect, right? We're going to find some common ground. And if like, this is something that you're interested in, cool. But if not, like, that's fine too. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not for everybody. That's totally awesome. And I love that attitude about it, because not everyone treats network marketing or like whatever kind of businesses like that. They really try to like strong arm you into things. And this team and this business does not operate that way, which made me feel way more comfortable about it, because I didn't like that. It made me feel like kind of gross, right? And so with this business, it's awesome because you can really operate it from a place of integrity where you're going out to help people, whether or not whether or not they decide to do it.
Right.
Kathy had someone go back to nursing school because her post inspired her to go back to nursing school to get a nursing degree. That was her passion. That's awesome. She
Yeah.
never bought a thing.
Right.
Kathy's been talking to her for years. She just finished. She messaged you that she was going back to nursing school when you first became a coach
Yeah,
5 years ago. And I
ago.
saw like 6 months ago she got her first job as a nurse now.
Yeah.
Right. And she messaged Kathy this really nice message and said, you know, I went back to nursing school because I saw you going after what you wanted to go after, and that inspired me to do it too. And that was so cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome, guys. Like it's such a big picture.
So all I can say is, guys, give it a chance. And like, if you're skeptical, like I was, the investment that you do into this business is literally the same thing as a customer. You don't have to buy anything. You know, there's companies out there where you have to buy like inventory.
I know.
And
I couldn't even believe some of these things I hear from people.
Like, you literally are getting a health and fitness program, and that's it. And then you're ready to go. Like, and then all you're doing, like, worst case scenario is you get in a better shape. You know what I mean? And that's what happened for us, as long as you commit. But you'll find that success in fitness is a lot like success in this business. It's commitment, up every day and doing those things. And just like getting in shape, it involves having to like make the right choices for food, showing up for your workouts, being held accountable. Being successful in this business is the same thing. You have to show up every day. You do the work that you know you're supposed to do. You continue to learn and grow. And one of the coolest things about this business 5 years in is like the way that we've grown mentally. We're better parents. We deal with like negative situations in our lives better. We're happier. It's just like a better headspace overall. Like we approach our days like so much better than before.
And I used to make fun of people, guys.
Oh yeah, she made fun of me.
Him actually, for like, he's asleep now. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. I used to make fun of Nick for like, my hair.
Anyway, I hope that was helpful, guys.
I hope that was helpful. I just think it's helpful to hear from like the guy, because I do hear like a lot of the girls like, yeah, sounds awesome. Let me just talk to my husband. I'm like, let me just have my husband talk to your husband, because I was there. But yeah, I used to make fun of like him and people like him who used to do like personal development, like basically self-help type things. And now it's like, I'm like, I can't believe, like, I can't go a day now without starting my day like that. Anyways, that's a huge piece of this business, and your success too, is helping yourself grow, because you can't really help others if you're not willing to help yourself. So anyways, I'm glad that you guys got to hear from Nick. Like I said at the beginning of this, if you guys have any questions as this is happening, like, feel free to comment in the comments and I'll answer them now while you have me. So we teach you how to fit this into your day, no matter how busy you are. Like I said, full-time teacher with 3 kids, we teach you how to fit this in. Like, that is how I spend my time now, is teaching and helping other women or other moms how to have success in this business so that they can spend more time with their kids, because that's the majority of the people that sign up with me. Is that's what they want, is they don't want to go back to work, or they wish that they could stop working, or they wish that they didn't have any debt. And you can't forget the binky. The thing is like lifesaver. So that's what I spend my time doing now, guys. And any kind of income that you want to earn in this is a direct reflection between the amount of people that you help. So if you come in and you help a ton of people, you're going to obviously make more money. If you come in and you treat this like a real business, like literally, like, imagine that you took out a $500,000 loan, you will be blown away with how this will reward you and bless your life. And so from the beginning, for me, just so I can kind of give you a glimpse into how this changed my life, you remember at the beginning of this, I said we were living in Massachusetts. I had a 4-month-old and a 22-month-old at home at the time. $35,000 worth of credit card debt, nothing in our savings account, sinking by $1,000 a month. I showed up every single day, just like my mentor said that I should do. And he talked about the compound effect over and over again. And I even read the book. And I just kept the faith, and I believed in this, and even in myself, I believed. I was like, I am doing this. I was looking at those other people in the business, and I was seeing the success they were having, and I was like, not feeling sorry for myself or making excuses or saying anything like, oh, they got in a long time ago, they've been doing this for 7 years, no wonder why. I was like, you know what? This is awesome. Like, if those people can do it, then that means that this is real and I can do this too, and they are no better than me. And that is how I want you to think. When you hear my story and how it has helped our family, I want you to see that, and I want you guys to think, you know what? She's a mom just like me, or she's a girl just like me. I can do the exact same thing. I can surpass it if I want, right? Because you absolutely can. So I showed up every day, and by month 7, I was literally earning when I was earning with my teaching career, which was $70,000 a year. Now, by then, guys, my husband was like totally on board anyways. Like I said, my first month I made $1,400. Even then he was like, whoa, like I can't believe this. Like you're helping real people. Like you're actually earning money. This is like amazing. I only wanted to earn, guys, a couple $100s a month, remember, right? That wasn't my goal. So go back to what I was saying, right? Where I wasn't focused on the money. Not when I sit down at work, I don't even think about income. I don't even check my Coach Online office for my paychecks on Thursdays. I was never wrapped up in the money. I was wrapped up in the feeling I was getting when I was helping other people, the messages that I would get when I changed someone's life. That is what I focused on, right? So if you can keep people like in the center of everything with this business, you're going to go really far. And the people in any kind of network marketing business or any business at all in general that keep the people at the center of it have the most successful businesses of all, because these are real people that you are dealing with. Even though you're on social media, it's real people that you're dealing with every single day. So by 7 months, I was earning $70,000, and I was like, whoa, this is like awesome. And then I started to kind of dream a little bit bigger, right? And was like, I mean, I'm just going to keep doing what my mentor said, just keep showing up. And it was easy for me to show up, guys, now, because I had established this as like who I was now. I was fitting this into my life just like I was fitting in brushing my teeth and getting my workout in and other things. It was just becoming a part of who I was, and I looked forward to it, and I loved it. And by 11 months in, guys, we were earning 6 figures. And by 15 months in, we were able to pay off all of our credit card debt and start saving money. It was about 2.5, maybe a little less than 2.5 years ago that we actually were able to sell our home in Massachusetts, which I never thought would happen. And we bought our dream home in Florida, just minutes from the beach. And we were there for 2 whole years. We were able to give back to my parents, send them to Aruba, get a house big enough where they have like their own little in-law thing so they can spend as much time as they want down there with us so that they can see their grandkids. It kept me home with my kids, so I never had to miss a moment. I was able to bring the kids to school, pick them up from school, go on field trips, pick them up early if they were sick. You name it. I was literally living life the way that I wanted to, but way better. Now, back at the end of May, because of this business, guys, like none of this would be happening. But because of this business now, I'm able to be back in Massachusetts again. I'm in Massachusetts right now. My dad was diagnosed with leukemia at the end of May, and I was like 35 weeks pregnant with Keegan at the time. And it was like, no question. I didn't even have to think about it. I was like, you know what? We're packing up the car. We're driving back to Massachusetts. We're going to rent a home up there. I'm going to give birth up there. I'm going to do everything up there because I need to be near my dad while he goes through chemo and stays in Mass General in Boston and has to get a stem cell transplant. And God forbid if something goes wrong and now I'm this far pregnant, I can't fly and I can't travel and can't get to him. So we literally packed up the car mid-June, guys. Okay. Threw the dog, the 2 kids, everything, left our home in Florida, drove up here, and we've been renting a home up here now since mid-June. And we're going to stay here until the end of the year, and then we're going to drive back down to our home in Florida come January. And my whole point of this is that, you know, this was like over 5 years ago now, guys, I signed up for this business. If it weren't for this business, none of that would have been possible. My life would look completely different. If I had listened to my husband, okay, when he kind of made fun of this at the beginning and really didn't think it was going to amount to anything, right? If I had listened to him and was like, yeah, you're probably right. What do I know? I'm just a first grade school teacher with a master's in special education. Like, you have run the businesses before. You probably know what you're talking about. If I had listened to him, none of this would have been happening. I would have missed all those moments. I would have been living life with regret. I would have been feeling guilty inside the entire time. I would have been so upset that I missed those moments with the kids that I would never be able to get back. It would be like devastating to me. I would not be doing something that fulfilled me, that was my dream. And that's the whole thing, is like living a life where you feel like you have purpose, or where you feel fulfilled, right? And a lot of people don't have that. And being home with the kids and being able to support the family and make a full-time income by just being at home every day, helping other women while I work on myself, Literally, somebody said to me the other day, it's like the dream job. It is the dream job, but it's not a job, it's a business. And if you can choose to commit to showing up every day like this, like I did, not doing anything crazy or special here, guys. I can show you exactly what to do. You want to earn 6 figures like I did in 11 months? I'll tell you exactly what to do. I'll give you the trainings that you need to go through. I'll tell you exactly how many people you need to connect with. I'll tell you exactly how to work it on social media. We couldn't make it any easier for someone to come on to this business and have success. The only thing that you have to do is be willing to commit to it and put in that work, because it's a very simple business model. But if you can show up, and if you have a purpose for being here, and you want to get better, and you want to help other people, and you're ambitious like I am, and you're competitive, and you're driven, and you have a vision for a better future for yourself, and you're willing to be teachable and listen and do the things, your life will be completely changed around, and you'll be sitting here one day on the other side of the screen doing the same thing that I'm doing, building your team and bringing other people on, because this is a huge gift, guys. And for me not to share about this with people, I'm literally doing you a disservice, like straight up disservice, because this team has already been amazing places, and we're going to even more amazing heights. And you're going to want to be a part of this, and you're going to want to be a part of this now. And the reason why is not because I'm desperate for people to join me right now. There is a reason why this is the best time of year in the health and fitness industry. And I will be completely honest with you with this. This is the best time of year to be involved in the health and fitness industry, because people right now are thinking about what they are going to do come January 1st for their New Year's resolution. What is everyone's number one New Year's resolution, right? I'm going to lose weight. Starting January 1st, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to go back to the gym, I'm going to do this, I got to do something, right? That's what they say, you know it. If you can choose to show up right now, like I'm doing, and commit to working on your health and fitness, share it, share how it's working for you, just like how I committed to the 100-day program. I am currently on day 25, right? I committed to the 100 days because my dad was going through a 100-day isolation period after his stem cell transplant. He only has, well, it's up November 1st for him, and he's doing really well, thank God. So thank you everybody for the prayers, keep them coming. I've committed to that. I have committed to being all in. I'm just sharing what I'm doing every single day, and people are literally coming to me saying, I need to do this, because they're seeing me get results. So if you can commit to you right now and work on your health and fitness with us, and you're willing to share that, you're going to inspire other people too. And then guess what happens, guys? Come January 1st, people will immediately know to go to Kathy, because through the hardest time of the year, where people embrace sweater weather and stuff their face with food and pack on an extra 10 to 15 pounds, Kathy was doing this 20 to 30-minute workout from her own home with 3 kids running a business full time, and she's in like amazing freaking shape. Like, I'm going to go with her. So you could be that person too. That's all it is, right? And your business blows up January and February if you're here now in the business doing what I'm doing. The people who wait and put their health and fitness on the back burner now and then start January, they've missed the boat. Like, totally missed the big boom that's going to come. Because there's times during the year where your business blows up, and January and February is like the biggest explosion in your business ever, if you can commit to yourself. So I'm going to go over, is there any questions about any of this stuff, guys, at all? Anything that I've gone over, anything that you kind of have hanging, that you're wondering, just don't be shy, ask the question, because there's other people that are going to be listening to this even after. And if you have a question, they're going to have the question too. But I'm going to wrap this up here in like 3 more minutes. I just wanted to go over exactly now what you're going to get and what it would cost to actually start your business. Like Nick said, you're not paying anything extra to start out. You're literally paying the exact same amount that a customer would. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what you're going to get, because it's literally ridiculous. It's so inexpensive, really, truthfully. And you get way more than I got when I signed up 5 years ago. Just saying. You are going to get literally an entire year to access all the workout programs that have ever been created. So there's like hundreds of them. It's basically like the Netflix to fitness, okay? And your coach or whoever invited you to this event will help you decide which program you should start with, okay? So you're going to get access to that. You can stream the workouts to your TV. You can do them from your phone. You can do them from your laptop, computer, whatever. It's awesome, okay? So you're going to get access to those workouts for an entire year. Then you're going to get access to all the meal plans that were put together by nutritionists. By the way, all the workout plans too, guys, are put together by world-class personal trainers. So it's like you're literally working out in your home with personal trainers. Access to all the meal plans. Me or whoever added you and invited you to this as your mentor and your coach, access to our online fit club, and an entire month supply of my favorite superfood shake, which is Shakeology, or you can choose a month supply of the Performance line, which is a month of my Mama Fuel that you see me drinking, which is like the fruit punch pre-workout that I drink 20 minutes before I work out. And it also comes with a 30-day supply too of a post-workout recover formula to help your muscles not be sore. And I turn that into brownie batter mix. I know, I have a sweet tooth, this is what I do. But anyways, you can choose either the month supply of Shakeology or the month of the pre-workout and the month of the post-workout. You get literally all of that, guys, for only $160. That's it. That is literally it. So it is the same price for you to do this as it is a customer to sign up. If for some freak reason you decide this isn't for you, it's not a big deal. You can literally, if you hate it all, you can get all your money back. So there's nothing to lose. And that's what helped my husband out a lot too when I first signed up, was knowing that, like, okay, wait a minute, if this thing doesn't work for some reason, like, are we going to be out this money? And nope, you're not. You're not going to be out this money. You can get it back. And then going forward, it's only $16 a month to run your business account. This is why I'm saying, though, guys, like, if you can see the potential of what this can do for your life and how it can change things for you and your family, with that cost being so low, but if you can treat it like a real $500,000 investment loan that you took out to run some other kind of business, you are going to get rewarded in ways like that. You're going to be blown away, and you have nothing to lose, guys, and you're going to be part of one of the best teams in the entire network. That is my job now, guys. It's the teacher in me, is to help you do what I did, and you don't need to have my same exact goals at all. Like, you come in with your own goals, you come in with, you know, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. We set up a one-on-one call immediately. We talk exactly about, hey, how much income now do you want to earn a week? How much do you want to earn a month? Where do you want to be 6 months from now? How much time are you willing to dedicate every day to this? Show me what your schedule looks like. Okay, let's figure out this plan. And then from there, I literally lay out an exact plan for you to follow so that you can reach your goals. I literally do everything for you except the work. So you just have to be willing to, that's why I say teachable. Like, you just have to be willing to be teachable and take my advice and then go out and do it, right? I think that's literally all that I had to say, guys, about all this, except I want to close with the fact that you just have one life to live, guys, like one life. And I am not saying that this is for everybody. And trust me, I am very open book. If you guys follow me on my stories, right, I'm talking and sounding exactly like I am there as I am now, because this is who I am. I will never sit there and say that this is for everybody, because it's not. It is definitely not. But I will say that I think that you are, like, truly making probably one of the biggest mistakes of your life to not even try and see. Like, honestly, you're making one of the biggest mistakes if you don't even try it out. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And this could end up be one of the biggest blessings for you, just like it was for our family. And the number one thing that I hear people say when they finally do decide to do a health and fitness business with us is, damn it, like, why didn't I do this when you first talked to me about it? Because the truth is, guys, like, if you're here right now tuning in, or you were invited to this event, you are here because I know that you could be awesome at this and would be awesome at this, because I'll be honest, I'll invite anybody and everybody to work on their health and fitness with me because I just think it's that important and I think everybody should. But when it comes to the business, oh no, hell no. I am really selective. I am extremely picky with who I reach out to and invite to learn more about this. Like extremely picky. So if I've reached out to you and I've said, hey, I think you should do this with me, you'd be awesome, or hey, tune into this event, it's because I know that you have the same potential that I have and that you could be exactly where I am if you decided to do it, if that's what you wanted to do. So I don't just say that to anybody and everybody. Trust me, guys. Over 5 years in, I spend a ton of time mentoring the women who come in, and I want to really like the people that I work with. I want to be able to have a connection with them. I bring on people who I would see myself being friends with outside of the business, who I see have the same characteristics as me, same personality traits. You're funny, you like to talk, charismatic, maybe you do a lot of facial expressions, you're motivated, you're driven, you're ambitious, you're like, let's go, let's do this, like that kind of person. I go for those kinds of people, and if I see that in you, I am not afraid to tell you. So you have one life to live, guys, and at the end of the day, you want to know that you did everything in your power you could to live your best possible life, and that you didn't just settle for just like, yeah, it was okay. I mean, I didn't really like my job, but it gave me a paycheck, because it can be so much more than that, guys. Okay. And this could be the vehicle that gets you there. So pumped up to welcome you guys onto the team. Don't wait, guys. If you are watching this video right now, I do take on a certain number of people to mentor every single month because of the amount of time that I spend with people. I'm not like one of those people that takes on endless amount of people who want to run the business, because then I won't be able to give you the time that I know that you're going to need to really build a successful business. Like I said, this is the best time of year. So if you're listening to this, don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. I'm not going to twist your arm here. I'm not telling you to buy a car. I'm just saying work on your health and fitness with me. Let's inspire other people. Let's change people's lives and make an impact and like live our best possible lives together. That's it. So reach out to me, or reach out to whoever invited you to this event tonight so we can set up our call and we can get this going. So thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys rock, and I can't wait to see where this journey leads y'all. All right, see ya. Bye, guys.